Hey everybody, it's Andrew, Thin Blue Line Productions. Hope everybody is well. I've got another video for you today. This one is a first impressions video on a frauditor here in Florida called John Filax. It could be Filax. I really don't know. I apologize, John. But he has 250,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is quite a following actually. And let's try to figure out why 250,000 people follow him, and also detect whether or not he's a cop hater. I've only seen really very little bit of what he produces from a YouTube standpoint, but what I have seen shows an immediate cop hater. And if you look at some of his thumbnails on his videos, and how they're produced by AI and meant to show cops in a real demeaning, demoralizing, aggressive, manner. You can see how someone who hates cops produces these kind of thumbnails. But he's just came out with this video today. Like all first impression videos, I've never seen it. We're going to watch it together right now for the very first time and both get our first impression of it if you haven't seen it yet. And I'm going to be looking for evidence that John is a cop hater, and whether or not he's respectful towards the police or not. And I kind of have a bias that he probably won't be, but I'm a little open-minded today. So let's just see what happens. All right, let's have a first impression video here. Let's start this up.
Put 'em back where they belong. Ain't messing around with these tyrants no more.
He likes to sing.
More damage done. Give me back my bullets.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Here's a video from Dying to Live. This gentleman in the white truck here, I guess he runs a...
I didn't realize that this was a video that he was piggybacking on. So this is not just a first impression video for me. It's also what we call a piling on video, because we're going to be piling on to what John is already piling on to.
Apartment buildings or something, and he has tenants. And he went to the police station to park and make a phone call, and he went around the parking lot one time. Next thing you know, lieutenant's at his passenger window trying to violate his Fourth Amendment right. Says a bunch of shit that's wrong. He's completely full of it, misquotes the law, and this is blue line culture in a nutshell. Watch how all these cops fall right on the blue line, and even though a couple of them know that their lieutenant is breaking the law and their police chief's breaking the law, they don't care. They're going to do what their chain of command says, regardless of what the law says. Regardless of the oath they swore to the Constitution, they're going to fall on that blue line, and you're going to see it happen right here, right now.
I'm not sure John knows what the thin blue line really is. He doesn't understand the concept that the blue line isn't just where people fall or stick together. That's actually called something else. I can't think of it, where cops stick together. And that can be real bad, actually, in some cases. But the thin blue line refers to the fact that there's a thin layer of protection between society and chaos. And I've said this in other videos. That's really what the thin blue line is all about. John, I don't think, really knows that.
Trespassing
good.
off of government property.
Is it night stop and ID state?
We are stopping ID.
Are we a stop and ID state?
I can't hear you.
Are we a stop and ID state?
I can detain you for suspicious activity.
Sure.
Yes.
You
False.
can detain me. Would you like to detain me?
So this guy's obviously an uncooperative person that they've pulled over, and he starts hurling questions at the officers without cooperating with them, like a frauditor.
Why are you here?
be here?
Well, you have to have a reason to be in our parking lot, and you have to have a reason for why you're driving behind, up there next to our stuff.
You mean when I circle
That's not true either. So everything out of this lieutenant's mouth so far is a lie.
around the
Yes,
parking
sir.
lot?
Yes, sir.
So I have to have a reason to circle the parking lot?
If you're in the police parking lot, we need to know why.
Okay, what law is that?
Huh?
Okay, it looks like what this frauditor is doing is testing the police parking lot scam trap, I would call it. It's a trap because what they're trying to do is bait officers into these interactions so they can create their YouTube videos and go viral. But so, you know, probably an open parking lot without much signage. And because it's at the police station, of course, it freaks police out when they start poking around in the parking lots.
Again, another lie. This is how you become lieutenant in chief of a police department. You lie, cheat, fake your way to the top, not know any law, not follow the laws. It's all internal politics.
Really sounds like John has a disrespect towards law enforcement, you think?
Now, one thing this lieutenant said so far is true.
Law is that?
It's suspicious activity.
Sure. And suspicious is a misdemeanor or a felony?
I'm not trying to confront you as far as a misdemeanor or a felony. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's suspicious activity.
Sure.
So
Suspicious
we're
is
checking with you.
a misdemeanor or a felony?
It's not a misdemeanor or a felony.
Okay, then it's not a crime, is it? Suspicion is not a crime.
You're in the PD parking lot.
There's the old is suspicion a misdemeanor or a felony trap. Every frauditor does this. Everybody learns this. And, you know, it's their way of overcoming, essentially, when cops who inevitably stop people to question them always say it's because of suspicious activity. And this is their response to it, always.
Are you a sergeant?
Who cares if he's in a public parking lot, you imbecile? You're supposed to feel safe to go to a police department parking lot. It's supposed to be a safe place.
Not really. You know, if people are poking around there and sticking cameras in cars' windows, looking at, you know, acting suspicious and drawing attention, you know, most people go to public parking lots, John, and they park. They don't, and they leave and they go inside. They don't hang out and suspiciously try to draw attention to themselves. So don't be so surprised.
Dad, a bunch of terrorists work there.
I'm a lieutenant.
You're a lieutenant?
Yes, sir.
So what?
So you're here to confront police officers.
I'm not here to confront. I was here talking on the
You're
phone.
Bingo. Boy, this cop is right on him.
I was here talking on the phone. You came up to my car. You came up to my truck to do what? ID me. To ID me for what?
To respond to suspicious activity in our parking lot.
And what suspicious activity do you have me doing?
You're in our parking lot, which is
Sitting here talking on a phone.
Not supposed to be here.
I'm not supposed to be in the...
Another lie. Just lie after lie after lie after lie. Again, you do not need to know the law, obey the law, execute the law properly to be a lieutenant in the American police force. If you can believe that in 2025.
John likes to blow things, like every frauditor, they like to blow things out of proportion and extrapolate on a gigantic scale something which is as small as a grain of sand. So this is just another example of him doing that and poo-pooing, saying every lieutenant has to lie to become a lieutenant. And it's just such a really low-class way of viewing the law enforcement.
All that. 2020, 2020, 2020, and 25.
Parking lot?
You drove up here
I'm
and
not
you
supposed
got
to be
a
in this parking lot.
complaint about it.
Who did the complaint?
One of our city workers.
Okay.
So
Is this a public parking lot?
This is not a public parking lot.
Where does it say
Another lie.
private property?
Right over here.
Over here on
Where
this
you
side?
drove through.
No, it says do not enter police vehicles only. It does not say private property.
Okay, I'll agree with you there.
It does not say it on that side where I came in.
Okay, that's fine.
So I'm not being suspicious. I'm having a phone conversation.
And he's like all frauditors, they're faking, they're actors. They think they're actors and actresses. And you know, he's like faking this, or feigning, I should say, this disgust that he's being accused of something when this is all part of his trap that he's baiting these cops into. cops are unwitting participants in his scheme to essentially entrap them and waste their time, and that really should be illegal. We need a lot more than the halo law in this situation.
In a public parking lot.
That you came and interrupted. So again, this guy's doing nothing but working, paying his taxes, paying for these police officers' salaries, and went into the parking lot he pays for, which is public, to make a phone call and do some business without being harassed by an imbecile lieutenant, chief, and 2 other cops that come, at least 2 more.
Where I'm allowed to have a conversation where I don't have to drive.
Harassment is a bit rich, I think. Another blowing things out of proportion. These cops are just checking in on a suspicious person.
On the road and have a conversation.
You do.
And I do business in Johnson.
Just not here.
I will be here as much as I want.
Just not here. What an idiot this lieutenant is. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Be here.
Okay.
What's your badge number?
My name is Sterling Hatfield. I can give you one of my cards if you
Please
like.
do.
Okay.
I'm done with your conversation.
Do you have a problem with law enforcement?
Why would he have a problem with law enforcement? Jeez. See, here's the problem right here. The guy in the car knows this lieutenant's lying, repeatedly lying, obsessively lying.
What's he lying about?
And then the cop's like, wait, you must have a problem with law enforcement. It's not the fact that you misquoted every law or bothering a guy trying to do business and pay his taxes to pay your salary. It's that he has the problem. Again, it's the RAPIST mentality. Blame your victim.
Sorry, I can't hear you real well, but I'm just asking. Do you have a problem with law enforcement?
Okay, well, can you fax that? And fax that return.
I'm just curious why you would sit here and argue with us.
Why wouldn't you just obey our unlawful orders? I'm just curious.
He's just being cordial and talking and asking a question. He's interested why you're being such a douchebag. How's that so hard to understand, John? I don't get it.
Here we go. In this day and age, suspicious.
What's going on in
Doing
the
a
world?
loop around the parking lot, parking and talking on the phone is suspicious activity to this lieutenant.
In the police
What
parking lot.
An imbecile.
You know, when you open the borders, John, all the people that your friends let in the country over the last 4 years, then, you don't know who's in the country. Police departments everywhere are on a heightened state of alert, because of that, among all the other risks that they have, such as frauditors wasting their time and increasing the danger of every situation that they involve themselves in.
If there's suspicious activity that we get a call, right here. If there's anything that happens throughout our little area here, especially in the PD parking lot, if there's suspicious activity that we are aware of, we're going to identify the person that's on the parking lot.
We're going to illegally identify a person outside of the law because as a lieutenant, I still don't know the law, the most basic ID law. I still don't know when and when.
Look, I think there's a little conflict here. I think cops naturally want to get people's ID when there's suspicious circumstances going on like this. And, but we don't need cops just going up to people saying, give me your ID, because we do have Fourth Amendment protections, with regards to that. But these guys are not jackbooted thugs that are coming up and rousting this guy. They're really just kind of investigating, scratching around, making sure this guy's not some whack job like that just blew up a Cybertruck, at Trump Tower in Las Vegas, dummy.
I cannot ID people. I think just because I have a badge, I can ID and make everyone surrender their right to privacy as an American on my whim. You are such a stupid person, Lieutenant Sterling Dunn.
Really unnecessary. He's not stupid. There's no need to demean him. This is the cop hater coming out of John and not giving any equal respect to these people, much less what I think he should do, and that is give them a higher level of respect, because these people risk their lives and lose their lives every year. Cops, there was 24 lost this year in the country. There was many more. There's over 144 first responders that lost their lives in 2024. So it's a supreme disrespect that he gives police in all of his videos, and I guess there's 250,000 people that subscribe to this disrespect of police. I find it demeaning and distasteful, personally.
I mean,
That's it. You can repeat yourself. I'm just saying, why do you want to argue with us? I don't want to trespass. I don't want to.
and now they're surrounding a law-abiding citizen who's just trying to work and pay for their salaries.
So, thing is, we can't trespass them off of government property.
So this cop knows we cannot trespass him off government property. This cop knows the law. You think he's going to check his lieutenant or his police chief? This cop knows what these cops are doing is illegal. This better be brought up in court, man.
Well, I don't see him trespassing him. I mean, it'd be one thing if he trespassed him, but they're just talking about it right now.
Now I do. That's fine. But what I'm asking you, why do you want to make this so difficult?
Again, the RAPIST mentality. Why do you want to make this just so difficult?
He doesn't have a rapist mentality. I guess that's going to get me kicked off of YouTube for saying that, which is why John spells that out. I'm a newbie at this. I've only been doing this 2 weeks, as you can tell. But, he's not trying to make this difficult. The answer to the question is he's making it difficult because he's a frauditor, and he's trying to make a good video. And if he's not shooting the video and getting these people's body cams, he fools me because he sounds just like a frauditor.
Stop fighting me. Just let me have sex with you against your will. You're imposing yourself on him unlawfully, Lieutenant, and then you're blaming him for...
He's not imposing anything. He's having a conversation.
...resisting your aggressive demeanor. Stop
he doesn't have an
bothering
aggressive
him.
demeanor.
Stop arguing with him. Stop trying to force him to surrender his right to privacy, and you won't have these problems.
They're investigating a suspicious person. This is how you do it.
You parrot-looking F.
I was talking on the phone because I cannot get my job. Roll my window down, and I told you I was talking on the phone. So I'm gonna wait 1 minute. You kept saying, "Roll down your window, roll down your window." I was talking.
Also, he came up to his window, bothered him when he wasn't doing anything, and he thinks that because he has a badge, that guy automatically has to stop his freedom, roll down his window, and start surrendering his rights to privacy.
You're a freedom radical, John. It's you and your cohorts. It's not what's going on here. How about some mutual respect? That's really better in society than being a bomb thrower and a anarchist, basically. That's all you guys are. You're anarchists.
Because this guy's a lieutenant, and he thinks he's higher than the average citizen, and he's worth more than you.
I was doing business on a public parking lot. You stopped what I was doing and tried to ID me for suspicious sitting.
Absolutely, I impeded your freedom for not breaking any law
He
at
does
all
have a
when I didn't
video.
have the right to do that. And they admit it because they don't know the law. They don't care about the law. This is how they operate.
In a parking lot talking on a phone on a public parking lot. Well, good for you.
Continue doing.
That's not your job, Lieutenant. Your job is to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, not to continually harass law-abiding citizens and make them insecure in their papers, houses, and effects. You moron.
Again, mutual respect here. He could educate this cop if the cop is new or doesn't know the law or doesn't know the vagaries of the ID law or Fourth Amendment. I mean, he could be respectful and educating, but that doesn't make a good video. he's only doing this to make a good video, period. So people like John and people like me have things to talk about, I guess. So in a sense, we're kind of part of the problem of these frauditors wasting the time of public officials in such a manner. Here, what is there, 6 cops around now? I mean, it's a complete waste of time for these police officers, and this guy is to blame.
Good. I'm not stopping you from doing your job. I'm not stopping you from doing your job.
We do this
You
job
don't
because we
have
want
a
to make
right
sure everyone's
to
safe.
ID me.
I did.
You do not.
You can ask anyone.
There again, this really causes more conflicts than anything, and this is the ID law, and not being able to ask someone who hasn't committed a crime for their ID. I mean, you can ask, but you cannot compel unless they committed a crime, suspected of committed a crime, or suspected of about to commit a crime. But you can have respectful conversations that seek to educate the law enforcement officer. The law enforcement officer may end up being a dick about it still, but most of them aren't going to be.
In law, I had a right to identify.
Right to ID me.
You can ask anyone in law. You can ask anyone who watches these videos that you do not have the right to ID him for no reason. You imbecile lieutenant. How do you become a lieutenant and not know ID law? How is that not a prerequisite to even become a corporal, much less a lieutenant? Don't worry, the police chief doesn't know the ID law either.
I did not break the law. I did not break the law. Unless you are charging me with what's your RAS?
I didn't
What's
say
your
you-
RAS?
I'm not answering any more questions from you.
I don't want you because you know I am right.
I'm telling
What
you.
is your RAS? Reasonable?
This is what's going to happen. You're either going to stop and leave or you're going to get arrested.
Oh, so
There's a lawsuit.
now he's going to put him in a cage. If he doesn't leave public property he has every right to be on, or surrender his right to privacy. This lieutenant belongs in a jail cell. Anyone that doesn't see that is an imbecile.
I'm not going to stop and leave. John, he would like to try.
In your perfect world, John, there are no cops, and that's where you're the imbecile.
Trespass me from this property.
I'm asking him to leave. He's not. We're going to.
He'd like to trespass me from public parking.
Are you a First Amendment auditor?
I am not a First Amendment auditor.
Then why are you pushing this?
Whoa, so then what? Whoa! So if you know your rights, you must be some First Amendment auditor who studies the law more than the police do. Are you some First Amendment auditor? Why are you pushing this?
Because First Amendment auditors are dicks to police. That's why he asked him. Because this guy's being a dick. John, you're being a dick. All you guys are dicks. Big dicks.
Why are you standing on your rights that we swore to protect? This is, how can they talk this way on camera? This is disgusting. A million lawyers on the phone books, but none of them will go after a criminal cop. Here's a whole gaggle of them. Are you a First Amendment auditor? That'd be a compliment to me, you idiot. Yeah, I'm a First Amendment auditor. I'm not a sovereign citizen like you.
It's not a compliment. It's a joke. First Amendment auditors are hilarious people. I mean, they're entertaining, which is why you get so many hits, I guess. Being rude to people is entertaining. But it's coming back to bite you. You guys had a really bad year in 2024. And I think it's going to be the same this year.
I do not have to ID for sitting in a public parking lot that is not marked.
You really want to go to jail because you won't leave and just go to another parking lot.
Would you like to arrest me, sir? Would you like to arrest me for sitting in the
Go
parking
ahead.
lot?
Go ahead and step out of your
You
vehicle.
just try to open my door.
So,
You can go ahead and write me a trespass.
You are not obeying a lawful
You
order
can
at
write
this
me a
time.
trespass. You have
There's no lawful order here. It's an unlawful detainment, an unlawful threat of arrest, an unlawful coercion to get your ID.
And it's all meant to drive a lawsuit. This guy is going to sue. He's going to get a settlement because these cops are wrong. In the law, in terms of the ID law, and then certainly all the various things about the Fourth Amendment we've been watching. I think that's going to happen, and it's really too bad, because what that really means is this guy is going to shake down the taxpayers of his community on a preconceived plan, a scheme to shake down the taxpayers of the city. I mean, that's what's happening. This guy's about to get arrested, I guess, and he'll sue and he'll settle for $50,000. And it's a terrible situation. It's really a waste of resources.
Everything about what these cops are doing to this guy is illegal. Every single bit of it.
I'm telling you.
So you're going to arrest
me.
me.
Leave and not obey a lawful order.
It's
you
not
are
a
going
lawful
to get
order.
arrested.
It's not a lawful order. Tell me what the law is.
The lawful order.
Tell me what the law is
you're
that
not
you're
listening to me.
That's not a law.
The lawful order is that you're not listening to me. Imagine being this guy's family.
That's not a law.
Lawful order of a law enforcement officer. It is.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing anything illegal.
You're getting yourself.
You're
You're getting yourself in a lot of trouble.
No, you're getting yourself in a lot of trouble.
Step out of the truck, sir. You're under arrest.
Sir, you have to give me a written. You have to give me a written trespassing.
You're going to get a written trespass.
Get out of the vehicle. We're telling you now.
Oh, time to get violent. Time to get violent. This is a
He's not getting out of the vehicle. If he gets out of the vehicle, what's he been asked 6 times?
imbecile of the highest degree. This lieutenant and police chief and all these cops in this video belong in a jail cell together. Together. My God, this is disgusting. Watch what they do to this guy. This is...
The only thing disgusting is your behavior. Not your behavior, your words towards the police. It's just so demeaning and dehumanizing. It's ridiculous. And this guy could have handled this a lot better, but that's not the plan. The plan is to handle this just like this, blow everything out of proportion, get the cops to stumble, get arrested, sue the city, get a settlement, because the city attorney's not going to take this to court.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Get out of the vehicle.
Sir?
No.
You
Get out of the vehicle.
Okay. I'm getting out. No, you cannot remove my stuff from me. Sir.
Step out of the truck, sir. Step out.
He's still not complying.
Okay, I told him I...
You frauditors wonder why you get slapped on the face or, slapped with handcuffs and thrown up against a car. And it's because you never comply.
Step out of the truck.
He's
Grab
pulling me
his
the
arm.
opposite direction,
Grab his
guys.
arm here. Come here with me.
Hey.
Let it go. I got him half. Okay.
I'm not resisting.
Hands up. Hands up.
I'm not resisting.
He's looking at a fat settlement. He knows what he's looking at.
Okay.
I have my carry permit. It's right here in this.
Hands on your back. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can give me a written
Nice tattoos. Let me guess, that's the chief. Disgusting.
trespass, and I will leave.
You should have left when I told you to. It was a lawful order. No, we're done talking. Sir, we're done
It was not a lawful order.
talking. You're going to jail.
I wonder when this happened.
You guys really
You should have listened when we
Hey,
told you.
I think we should call someone.
Oh,
that's
you're
got a
gonna
little
have
bit
to call
higher
someone.
power. What's your supervisor?
Right there, chief.
Chief, can I have a word with you?
Talk later.
No, I need a word with you.
Now the chief is going to engage in deliberate indifference, where he just completely ignores the legitimate complaint of this false arrest. This is a 1,000% a false arrest. Or in layman's terms, this guy's being kidnapped unlawfully. This is a kidnapping. 1,000% conspiracy, kidnapping, everything in this video right here.
Well, then hopefully he'll sue for that, John, and we'll see what transpires if the court is going to buy into your conspiratorial allegations. I have a feeling they're just going to laugh at him.
And the one cop knows that they can't trespass him from public property. The one cop said it on his body cam, thank God. But he won't correct us, chief. And you're going to hear him later on. I can't. That's my boss. I can't tell him what the law is. So the law's not your boss. Your boss is a human tells you how to operate. You don't go by the law. How many more videos of this before we understand what's going on in this country?
We're done talking about
I just am sitting in a parking lot having a phone call.
2 days in a row.
Yes. Listen, come here. Come here, Chief, please. Chief.
2 days in a row. Oh my. So 2 days in a row, he used the parking lot that he pays for? Oh my God. What is this guy thinking?
Well, that some may view that as being suspicious.
Please have a word with me.
It's not just any parking lot, it's the police parking lot.
I gave
did
you a
not
long
listen.
time
I did
to
not listen.
You're going to come over here.
You just didn't like that I said no, that I wasn't going to leave.
No, I didn't mind you saying that. And I had a conversation with you for a long period of time. I gave you...
Yeah, where you lied and lied and lied and misquoted the law and kept lying, and you're a liar and you're a scumbag. And you have no business being a lieutenant of a police department. You should be in a jail cell. That's where this lieutenant belongs. Point blank.
John, be honest, all cops need to be in a jail cell, right?
You're irritating me that I cannot talk. You're going business. Sure, take me to jail. But I'm going to tell you, my attorney is going to love that you're violating my
When you get a lawful order to leave, you have to leave.
No, I don't.
You did not give him any lawful orders. You had no reason to approach him in the first place. You had nothing. He didn't have to roll his window down. He didn't have to speak to you. You're an imbecile of the highest degree. You're drunk on your own power.
You guys are with this hard edge attitude about freedom. You're getting freedoms restricted. They just passed a law in Ohio making it more expensive to get FOIA requests and requests of other government documents, public records requests. Now it's going to be $75 an hour to a maximum of $750 because of imbeciles like you. And I appreciate that, making it more difficult for me to get legitimate public records requests, because idiots like you are going around getting FOIA requests that are meaningless and getting personnel records that are equally meaningless and really clogging up the courthouses and wasting the time of our public officials. You know, it's counterproductive. You're causing a lot of counterproductive actions that may ultimately get kicked out of the Supreme Court. You never know, but at least in the interim, it's going to be the law of the land. More restrictions on freedom, thanks to you guys. Appreciate it.
Now this is your legacy, Lieutenant Sterling Dummy.
Not on public land, sir.
Step in. Make sure you pat him down. Go. Good.
I have nothing.
Truck keys.
Yes, sir. I'm just going to have. Can I have a conversation with you guys?
This goes. Make sure your hands are tight.
Can I have a conversation with you, sir?
You're doing it.
I predict this will be like all other videos.
It looks like you're
No resolution.
This complex right behind here. I use this spot
I mean,
so I
we
don't
won't
have
see
to go
what happens.
and park where my tenants come out and say anything.
Or how
So
this
I want to have them do it. No, it's on Johnson Switch.
Results.
I manage all that. I come over here and sit so I don't have to sit where tenants come out and harass me while I'm talking on the phone. And then you're
does he get
told me
convicted?
that I had to leave a public parking lot that's not marked public.
Does he beat
that's
the
not marked do
charges?
not parking. I park over here so that I don't bother anybody over there. You have limited space in the front of your parking lot. You have limited space. I use the top to turn around. I have no ill will. I have nothing. I just sit here. He got mad that I didn't want to ID because I don't have to ID.
Exactly. That's the truth. This cop knows it.
Nothing wrong. I had committed no crime. You're trespassing me on property.
I wonder what the charges
public
are.
Property, and with no crime. I was not disorderly. I did not do anything wrong. I'm telling you, this is going to be a lawsuit, and I don't want.
There you go, right there. This is going to be a lawsuit. It was going to be a lawsuit before he pulled into the parking lot. This is their modus operandi. This guy's not a Second Amendment auditor. He's a liar. They're all liars.
Do that to Johnson Police. You guys have taken care of such good care of me at Johnson Switch. You're always there. If I call, you always take care of issues. I'm not trying to do anything bad. He demanded that I stopped my business conversation to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, exactly. And that would piss any real man off. I'm sitting here doing business lawfully, minding my own business in a parking lot that I pay for. And you walk up, start knocking on my window, and you believe you get to do anything you want to me. You disgusting pig.
He didn't wait 5 seconds for me. He kept telling me to roll down my window.
See, this cop knows. I'm going to go talk to him, man. I'm going to go talk to him. This cop knows. He knows they're doing wrong. He knows they're doing wrong.
And made me hang up my phone call that I was doing business. I am not bothering any of the employees. I'm not.
Still, without you guys stoking him, the cop, for 30 minutes when you were, harassing the guy, as you claim, without him being so evasive, so uncooperative, he could have handled that so much better to avoid this arrest, even standing, correctly. And it starts with mutual respect, but these guys don't have any respect for the police. None. Zero. It's pathetic.
Not even
What's his
start.
first name?
Benjamin Guy Mann.
Hey, so I'm gonna go talk to the lieutenant.
If you arrest me,
at the end of the day, though,
everybody, if you unhandcuff
those two are my superiors.
I'm telling you, though, it's going to be a long...
There it is. Sieg Heil, those are my superiors. I must listen to them. Forget the law. I don't care about the law. Those are Sieg Heil, Schneich, those are my bosses. I'm just following orders.
...suit against all of you because I am going to call my attorney immediately. You're trespassing me. You detained me.
He knows. The cop is saying on camera. He knows. He knows what they're doing is unlawful. He knows it. But those are my bosses.
Legally, for no reason at this point. No reason.
Right now, and if you would, I will...
You better go have a conversation with them, I'm telling you. And that chief better come talk to me right now, or I will have my attorney at this office today. If you are searching my truck right now, you're searching my truck. It's a search.
Of course they're going through his truck. Of course they're going through his truck.
Hold on, man. Just
I'm
relax.
telling you
I know
that
what
this
you're
is
saying.
illegal.
I know what you're saying.
No,
Let
he
some
does
decent
not.
talk.
It's your lieutenant. He lost
Again,
control.
Again, they're my supervisors.
I
but
understand, sir.
I know
Sie are my bosses. I must listen to my bosses.
what you're
Understand
saying,
you're
too.
protecting Blue right now instead of protecting the law.
I know exactly.
You're- my God.
That's 1,000% right. This is your blue line culture right here. They know it. These two cops know that their lieutenant and their chief are ignorant of the law and they're violating this guy's rights. They know they're going to be sued. They all know it. That's why they asked him if he's an auditor, because he knows too much. You must be an auditor because you know the law too much and you're standing on your civil rights.
No, he's wondering if you're an auditor because he's being a dickhead to the police. He's not being cordial or polite. He's being purposefully a dick. And, it's not because he's like, oh, there's somebody that knows the law. We can't get away with crime anymore, which is what John believes. And that's ridiculous. That's not true.
How dare you? How dare you know the law better than the lieutenant? Who do you think you are? Unbelievable.
Constitutional rights are being violated.
I know what your rights are. I wasn't here before I got it was said before I.
So he knows. This cop also admits to knowing that his rights are being violated, and he's going to let it happen. Blue line in action.
I'm
here.
telling you, if you put me in that police car right now, I will own this city.
Well, I'm not doing it because
I think it's called Shield. Something Shield, not the thin blue line, which is what John is, prefacing this whole video on. Don't they say something shield whenever one cop is protecting another cop? I can't think of the term.
you're threatening me.
No, I'm
doing
not
it because,
threatening you.
because you're making sense.
I'm not threatening you.
You hear me? I know you're.
Yeah, he is making sense. Exactly. This is when you become the good cop and do the right thing. But you can't because of your bosses.
Making sense.
They're searching my car right now, which is already a violation.
You know why I asked you if you're a First Amendment auditor? Because I watch these films of people exactly doing what you're doing.
I've seen them. I've
over
never
and
done it
over and
myself.
over.
Oh, please. I don't believe him one bit.
And you,
I want people exercising their rights, and we don't like it. See? You just need to obey, comply, or die.
you are fairly correct.
I'm very correct, and I'm going to own this city at the end of this interaction.
You're going to sue for $1 million and settle for $10,000, just like all the rest of the lowlifes that do First Amendment auditing.
They just searched my car for no reason. They have no legal reason to search my vehicle. You have no legal reason to search my vehicle. You have no reason to detain me.
Charges are going to be dropped, and he's going to sue. The lawyer is going to go back and forth with the city attorney. They'll ultimately settle, and it's going to be the taxpayers that end up putting money in this guy's pocket.
Unless these cuffs are off in the next 15 minutes, you all are going to be sued for illegal detainment. I would suggest you take the cuffs off. I will step to the side and let you guys investigate, but I will be
He keeps saying he'll step aside, he'll be quiet, or this, that, and all he does is run his mouth.
uncuffed. Chief, we need to have a word. You're illegally searching my vehicle at this point. I'm telling you, you are illegally searching my vehicle at this point. It's because he got mad that I didn't ID myself because I have no reason to.
Exactly.
I did not break any laws.
I know what you're saying. Well, say what?
Again, the cop knows the law, but he will not correct his chief or lieutenant because they have to lick their boots, not go by the law that they swore an oath to.
I think it's probably not as nefarious as that. Not as nefarious. I think this lieutenant just doesn't know the law, honestly, and doesn't know the vagaries of the idea. A lot of these guys do feel they can go up to anybody, and if there's suspicion, they can get their ID. They're mistaken, apparently, and I'm sure that law will change where it's going to be more capable. They're going to be more capable of doing that. Further restrictions of our freedoms, thanks to these frauditors and their harassing practices.
Put him in? All right. Go ahead.
Are you really going to do this? All right. Lost your time, buddy.
Just step in.
Looks like we have some time.
So
at
that's
the end
Dying
of
to
this
Live.
video.
Quentin Booker, I believe the guy's name is. Go check out his channel. City of Johnson something. What is that? Does anyone realize or can tell me? City of Johnson what? Anyway, there you go, everybody. Disgusting blue line terrorists.
Blue line terrorists. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Look, it's a lieutenant that may have made a mistake, but he's not a terrorist, for God's sakes. They didn't rough him up and beat his ass and throw him on the ground or shove his face into the car. I mean, they didn't do any of those things, which is really what terrorists do that are cops. It's really an unfair narrative that John is pushing here through the use of these videos, and again, it seems to me what they're pushing for is no police in society at all, which shows you who the imbeciles are.
Inaction. Can't thank you enough. If you've stayed this long, consider joining the channel for 99 cents a month because YouTube be hating on me. Been shadow banned for years now, probably going on 4. But I still make videos. Barely make any money like people think. And if you search my name and how much my YouTube earnings are, that is a bunch of crap. Crap. If I break 500 a month, I'm lucky.
No way.
Please consider joining for $1 a month.
I don't quite get that. 250,000 subscribers, and it's really not the subscribers where you make money in YouTube. It's your views. You must make shitty videos, John. I guess that is why you don't get many views. Why you only make $500 a month. But with 250,000 subscribers, that should be at least 2,000 a month, 5,000 a month, maybe even more than that. So I would focus on your views. Me personally, I don't care about subscribers or hits or anything like that.
260,000 subscribers.
And that's not why I'm doing this. The more the merrier, and if it happens organically. It's not because I care about making money off YouTube like a lot of these folks. And he's trying to give you an idea that he doesn't care about the revenue off this channel when he's selling T-shirts, he's selling rings, he's selling memberships to him for 99 cents a month. Because if you think about it, 250,000 people, if a couple thousand people decide to pay him 99 cents a month, then that's a couple $1,000s a month that he's going to be generating. So I don't know how much of that he gets to keep and how much YouTube gets, but nonetheless, I mean, I don't disparage him for making money. I think it's great. It's his real caustic attitude towards police that's unhealthy, in my opinion, for good working society. He's radical. He's a freedom radical. All these First Amendment auditors are freedom radicals. They take freedom and they radicalize it to the point, as you've seen in this video. Just look at John's reactions. And, we need freedom. We don't need freedom radicals. Kind of like we need the right wing. We don't need right wing radicals. Some say we need the left wing, but we don't need left wing radicals. I don't think we need the left wing at all, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, see you next time.
If I
get 5% of them to get
Oh, we're not done.
I'd be good. I just make videos all day. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Peace, tranquility. Please subscribe to me on Rumble and Facebook. All right. Peace. Bye.
Did you see that image? His AI image of police. Anyway, see you later.